Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 2. I thoroughly enjoyed all of your videos and posts and getting to know you, and I appreciate you taking a look at the syllabus and asking what questions you have. If I have not answered those questions, please feel free to email me or post something in the instructor office. So we are going to get started with week 2, and this is where the rubber meets the road, as they say. So you will be starting your team project, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I will be reducing the scope of the project. So wherever it says you will be demonstrating a product, that is not the case. You're going to be demonstrating that you've set up a project perfectly. So think of this project as a project to set up a project. You're going to be creating stories, epics, tasks for your product or your service. You're going to be creating a release schedule, a vision statement, but you're not actually going to build anything because 8 weeks or 7 weeks simply isn't enough time to do that. So I'll be scaling back things as we go along, and please keep up to date with these videos because that'll give you some information as to what to expect in the next phase of the project. All that said, there's no impact to what is expected of you this particular week in the project proposal. You do need to come up with a product vision statement. You also need to describe your user, and then you need to come up with team working agreements. And these are very important because if you adhere to these, then you have an effective team, which leads me into my next point. I noticed last week that a lot of you focused on the process of Agile, which is absolutely important. It is a lot more structured than people think, and I'm glad that everyone understands that it isn't a hippie, free-flowing situation. There is structure to the process. But I didn't see a lot of mention to the individual interactions that are important in Agile. So as a result of that, that's why we have this group project, and that's why we have daily stand-ups. As part of your project proposal, please do include how you are going to work together as a team from a technology perspective and how you're going to handle those daily stand-ups. Now, I'm going to be assigning your groups today, so you should know who you're working with shortly. Just make sure that you include that in your overall statement. We're going to be looking this week at different ways of implementing Agile. So as you noticed from the first week, Agile is essentially 4 tenets and 12 principles. That's it. There's not, you may have practiced Scrum, you may have practiced Kanban, XP, Crystal. There's a lot of different ways of implementing Agile, but as long as you are adhering to those 4 tenets and 12 principles, you are practicing Agile, and it's very important that the project adapt to the team and how it is implementing. So we're going to be focusing mostly on Scrum and Kanban, but that doesn't mean there aren't other ways of getting effective Agile projects completed. So, one last thing on the project. I would like you I believe the project suggests roles like a devil's advocate and a team lead and a scribe. All of those are important roles, but what I would like you to do is take on an Agile role each week of the project. So if we do this effectively, you should be able to practice both roles at least twice, as well as the team member role. So the roles in this particular project will be Scrum Master. So it's your job to protect the process and the team, and then Product Owner, which is your job to protect the client. And then a team member, which is your job is to get work done. So however you allocate that, please practice those Agile roles as we go forward, and let me know who's practicing what role during each assignment when you turn something in. I will be holding regular office hours this week. Just as a foreshadowing, I will not be able to hold office hours on the regular time a week from in next week 3, but I will give you an update on that. So, but always feel free to reach out to me and schedule a time that works for you if that is helpful. I hope you have a great time coming up with a cool product or service, and let me know what questions you have.